Hello and welcome to the show. We start this week's Failrace episode with JgamerJJ on GTA 5, trying to complete a time trial. Things are going okay, a little bit of a roll, can land and carry on. However, this tunnel, that's a bit too much for the Group C style race car. Just bounced off a wall, managed to get twisted, and that's stuck. It's very well balanced. The Mighty Wing proving a little bit too much on that one. You could have boopy gunned it out, I guess, but you're fairly time trial by that point. Luke is up next on GTA 5. Also, finding ways to get stuck. I think this is the Terabyte or whatever it is. Going to, they're messing around, do a little bit of off-roading and everything. They go to jump across a river, and it's not quite right. I mean, it's made a wonderful bridge. I will give it that for the friend in a panto, but that's definitely not how you were intending that one to go. BigTrav is up next on GTA 5. That's we're in a stunt race, and well, online players, you know what they can be like sometimes. Gets wiped out, and loses a few positions. However, do not fear, for karma shall be ready to get you back as they head over the next very, very big jump. It is perfectly aligned to land and kickflip the offending car out of the way. You've always got to love when karma can come back around so immediately. We move next on to Need for Speed Most Wanted with a derpy AI. In fact, well, this AI is particularly odd. I mean, we've seen AIs do strange things in the past, in various games. This one just seems to forget that the steering is there. I mean, it did briefly get the steering working. Maybe the Viper has like absolutely zero steering lock going on. I don't know. It's just, it knows what the accelerator is, and that's about it. I'm trying to say it can get reverse. Okay, so it can steer itself out of reverse, but once it's going forward, nope. We are going to forget that any steering exists, and we are going to crash along the walls and take the street furniture with us and have another spin. I know what it's got stuck on an edge of a building, and yeah, when it's reversing, it can steer. And now we're going to go forward, and then we're going to crash into an AI car, and then we're going to go and despawn, I think. It's honestly very impressive. Just Jack on the long drive, learning why you shouldn't adjust the mirrors while driving along at relatively high speed. Yeah, it's easy to get distracted in the long drive. It's easy to fart around with stuff, and yeah, turns out adjusting the mirrors was very dangerous. They got away with it. They did get away with it, but that was quite lucky. Azu is next on Dirt 4. Speaking of getting lucky, rolling and carrying on, the Swedish rally stages are always very, very tricky. The snowbanks can cause many, many problems, and well, you know what's coming for the Evo, but it is remarkably lucky. So lucky to manage to roll, and barely any time lost in that particular role as well. So nicely done. It's not just rally cars though that are managing this. Nope. Ninefox Gambit is up next on Grid Legends. Now they are racing some classic race cars. These are not normally the ones that you see roll and manage to carry on. I mean, this is high speed in the wet, and a little clip on the wall for the Ford is all it takes for a big accident. It does lose a bit of time, it loses the place and everything. However, considering the accident and the car and the environment and everything, that has been quite lucky. Quite lucky indeed. We're on to Assetto Corsa next, sticking with some classic cars. I'm not sure quite what circuit this one might be at, but what I am certain of is things up ahead go a little bit wrong. Car just, I think it's a little bit of oversteer. The wheels act particularly funky. The car we're riding on board with, I presume with the player, I think it's an AI that makes a mistake. But yeah, things get a little funky. The player does very well to actually avoid this car. So yeah, as we come up through this right hand, it's just a little bit too much on the power. The back end lets go, can't avoid the dirt bank. I love the wheels. They just don't quite know where they need to be. They're not sure what plane of existence they should be on, but they wibble and wobble around themselves. Yeah, it's a big shunt. I say it's a big shunt. It's a sketchy one to be following as well. All it takes is a little bit oversteering moment, a little mound of dirt, and yeah, the car behind does incredibly well not to get collected in all of that one. The car can carry back on again, though. That's something. Up next, we have got RC Cookie on Motortown. Now, they are driving, one of the big logging trucks and, well, ignoring the speed limit. We all do this, of course. When it comes to games, yeah, we always end up, or often end up going far too fast, and they're about to learn out why that's not such a great idea in a big, heavy truck. Because as they come heading in towards the, I guess, a built-up area, up ahead there is a flatbed truck, which they do not quite judge correctly. The truck decides to punish them for their misjudgment by rolling said truck, and there is no driving away from this one. Nope, that is very wedged between a wall and a bus station, and I mean, there's a very lucky person. There's an unbelievably lucky person that is the world's strongest bus station right there. Don't go about 25 miles an hour too fast into the city is probably a good piece of advice there. And finally, we have Binus up next on Construction Sim. I can't say I've ever come across this game before, but they are loading up their truck, and I know what I was expecting the game to be doing. We've all seen it in SnowRunner, try and load stuff onto vehicles. You wait for the trailer to freak out or a bit of whatever you're loading to get confused. But no, everything loaded fairly well, and then they go for a teleport. Okay, yeah, I'd probably do the same. I'm lazy. If we can teleport fast travel places, I will. Unfortunately for them, they have fast travelled into trouble, and now we're going to be glitchy and fly and do many, many rolls with our truck, and we're still flying. Amazingly, the load stays on the back of it, which is very helpful indeed. I think they fast travelled into a cement mixer, and physics just decided to rectify that by sending the truck flying around the map, as you do. But there we go. That is going to be it for this episode. As ever, if you have clips you'd like to submit to this series, you can via a Google form. There'll be a link to it in the description, and all the rules and how it works can be found on there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.